Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to do a quick dinner of cabbage, fried chicken, yams, and some buttermilk cornbread. I started off with my chicken in a brine, which is salt water, a little sugar, some thyme, however you want to call it, and some garlic. And I let it sit forever. Then I got my sweet potatoes, and I'm going to cut them. I'm going to peel them. I hate this part. I wish they sold them where you can get somebody to peel them and they already be cut up like they do the onions and bell peppers, but of course it wouldn't be fresh. I'm just wishful thinking. You see how good I'm doing. Look at that. Precision. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but we're going to get into this. Alright, once I finish cutting them up, I washed them off and seasoned them up. I used pumpkin spice. I don't know why I can't talk today. Pumpkin spice, cinnamon, brown sugar, a little vanilla flavor, butter, and some regular white sugar. Just remember when you're cooking yams, only a little water because they make their own water. The more sugar you put in it, the thicker the syrup would be. I also used a little cinnamon sugar that I bought. I just be, doing things as I go. If it come to my mind, I also put a little ginger in it. I put the lemon juice in it to keep them orange because who wants some ugly, dingy looking potatoes? So the lemon juice keeps them very orange. If I had some oranges here, I would actually squeeze some orange juice in there. Or I would cut up an orange and just put it in and let it cook. Also, it gives it the best flavor. Okay, come on, girl. You're moving a little too slow here. Yep, I use whatever I have. Light brown sugar, dark brown sugar, whatever I have on hand. Remember, you don't have to go out all the time and buy things. You can just use what's in your cabinet. Okay, moving right along. Once I get them on the stove, I think I'm going to go back to the chicken and season the chicken up. And just remember, when you're seasoning chicken, chicken don't have a taste. So you have to give it the taste that you want. So I have a couple of special ingredients I use when I fry my chicken. So you see I didn't have any lemon juice, so I used lime. Lemon, lime, same thing. Tomato, tomato. And I didn't use real butter this time. I think I used margarine. Once again, I used what I had on hand. I was not going to the store to pick up anything. Alright, so my chicken has been washed off and clean. So use some sazon, some adobo, some garlic, portrait seasoning, Mrs. Dash. If you notice, a lot of things that I use doesn't have salt in it. And when you let your chicken soak in the brine, you don't have to really use much salt. Just make sure when you get it out the brine that you have to rinse it off. And I also put slits in my chicken so when it's brining, the seasoning can soak inside. I always use the sazon last because it makes my fingers turn orange. And of course you can see my polish is white, so I don't want them messing up my polish. And whenever you're using salt-free seasoning, you can use as much as you want. Mrs. Dash. I usually put some crushed red pepper on there, but because the kids are eating it, I'm not going to use it this time. Some Italian seasoning. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. And here we go with my seasoned salt. Don't use much of it because Laura's is kind of salty. And last but not least, the sazon. It gives it such a pretty color. And I also put it in my flour as well. All the same seasons I'm using now, I put it in the flour, but I don't use as much. Alright, so you're going to get in there and just mix it up and rub it around and mix it up until you get out. Make sure you get under that skin too. And so I also let it sit again so all the seasons can soak in. So I let it sit while I'm fixing the rest of the food. Next we're going to do the cabbage. So I'm cutting up my bacon. Once again, I'm using what I have. Bacon is what I'm using. I didn't have any onions and bell peppers, but guess what? I went in my freezer and I found seasoned blend, which has onions, bell peppers, red bell peppers, green bell peppers, onion, etc. I took that and put it in there. I'm improvising. Because when you're a real cook, you can improvise and it comes out so good. And you know, cabbage doesn't take long to cook anyway. So now I'm putting the bacon over in the skillet. If you see some extra fingers, that's my daughter. She's cutting up the cabbage for me because I hate cutting up cabbage. And we cut the cabbage up in small pieces so it can cook fast. Because like I said, this is a quick dinner. It didn't take me long at all. Right now I got my deep fryer heating up. And she's cutting it up and she's getting ready to wash it off while I'm over there sauteing the vegetables and the bacon. I also added a little bacon grease too because I'm sauteing this cabbage. I'm not steaming it, so I didn't, you know, need it for no water. See, all my peppers are already cut up. But if I had some fresh ones, I would have cut up. But it's time for me to go to the grocery store. So actually, I'm just cooking what's in my house right now, y'all. So we're gonna saute it up. Don't talk about my pan, y'all. That's my favorite pan. I wish I could get the black stuff at the bottom, but that's seasoning, y'all. That's seasoning. Alright, so I add a little bit of cabbage at a time because I like to saute a little bit and then add a little more so it can cook down. I'm going to add the rest of the cabbage. And usually I don't season my cabbage until it's almost done. And I use a Maggie's chicken seasoning. Because I didn't have any bouillon. Like I said, I'm using what I got. And it's not salty. It doesn't have the MSG in it. Mrs. Dash again. Oh, when I'm steaming cabbages, when I season it last, but when I'm sauteing it, I do season it now. And I only use a little black pepper because I don't like the way black pepper make my cabbage look. If I had white pepper, I would use white pepper, but once again, I'm using what I got. I'm stirring it up, getting it down in there so everybody can touch that grease and get covered. And when you're doing this, don't let your bacon cook all the way and get hard. And that way your vegetables don't burn it either. Alright, once I get everything all stirred up, I'm going to let it finish sauteing while I go work on the other food. So now I just took the chicken and put it in the flour. And we're going to throw it over in the deep fryer. I do put cornstarch in my flour. It gives it a great crunch. And when you seasoning, putting your flour, and yes, I'm using a bag, so what? Who don't? Once you put it in there, I let it sit for a minute so the flour can adhere. I got it in the deep fryer and I'm going to let them cook while I straighten up the kitchen a little bit more and work on the cornbread. Once again, this is a quick meal. But let me go over here and check on these sweet potatoes and see what they doing. Look at them, y'all. Look at them. See, I didn't even add no water. Look how the water is coming up. And it doesn't take yams long to cook. If you don't want no mushy yams, don't let them cook long. Alright, so I'm going to go on back over here. The cornbread is ready. Voila! Magic, y'all. Look how good the cabbage look. It was so good too. Fried chicken is beautiful. And make sure if you all use any of my recipes or my tips, hit it down below in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And of course this food didn't last long at all, but look how pretty it looks. It was so good. Make sure y'all go to my Facebook, World of Gigi, and check me out over there. TikTok, World of Gigi. Good night.